Hey everybody. Okay, so welcome to week 4 of this wonderful virtual learning experience. I'm having zero fun. Straight up not having a good time. Anybody else? Okay, so this should be a fairly short video. Not too much to talk about because we're still in the middle of doing the Odyssey. So with that in mind, bear with me. I just need to reference my notes a few times. Okay, so Odyssey Jigsaw, books 1 through 12 were due this past week, and then 13 to 24 are due, 24? Where's my note? Yes, 13 to 24 are due this week. Remember to double check your dates, okay, because they are different due dates for each chapter, okay? Oops, won't let me do what I want. Let me just pull it back up. Okay, so let's just take a quick look-see. My dog's gonna bark now because, you know, why the hell not? Hasn't barked all morning, except to like sing the song of her people at, I don't know, air outside today. Okay, let's just share this real fast. Excuse me. Okay, so we are here at book 13. So Miss Rebecca and Miss Jada, you guys are splitting book 13, okay? Keep in mind, every new indented line is how I counted the paragraphs. Okay, so just be aware of that. Okay, so yours is due tonight. Everybody else is, yeah, there's 2 more. So book 13, 14, and 15 are due tonight. Okay, and then that kind of brings us to the end of the week. We have 2 books due on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday, and then the rest are due on Friday. Okay, please keep in mind with this, Lucy, come. I do have the ability to give you a quiz. The possibility is slim because I don't feel like making one, just so we know. But it's good to read it, especially if you decide to do your paper on the Odyssey. And please don't think that you can't read the whole thing. You know, just because you're assigned to one sole chapter, don't think that you shouldn't read it. It is very lengthy, so I get that we have, you know, so many other things going on right now. I think that's it on the Odyssey that I wanted to talk about. Let me just pull this back up. With it, remember that you are to be loose. I want you to really try to be creative in your presentation of it, okay? So yes, you are giving me a summary and an analysis, but I also want you to present those things for your classmates, okay? The idea is that you guys should be looking through everybody's summaries and such to get an idea of what's happening. Okay, so I've had some videos sent that just literally, they are probably reading off their notes. I don't know because I can't see them, and that's fine, that's fine. It's a visual, it's creative, whatever. If you want to do a PowerPoint, cool. If you want to do a slideshow, cool. If you want to do like, you want to make a drawing and take a picture of it and then like do a voiceover or something, excellent. But I want something that's kind of visual, whether I'm looking at your face or whether I'm looking at a picture. It doesn't matter, okay? But remember to analyze the events, the people, okay? You got to dig deep on this. Like, what do things represent? Everything represents something, okay? A few times in the past few chapters, in the past 12 chapters, the idea of a bull has come up, okay? So what could this bull possibly represent? Why is it always a bull, not, you know, a snake or a cat or a dog, okay? Why is it a bull? So think about things like that when you are looking to analyze, okay? And analyze just means look for a deeper meaning. Why would Homer put this in here? Why would Odysseus be, you know, like, what's with the bag of wind? I can't remember if we've gotten to that part yet. I don't think we have. We'll get there soon. Okay, Scylla, the monster. Why so many heads? Okay, so a lot of it is based off of Greek mythology, which is something that you should probably attempt to just Wikipedia that. I don't like Wikipedia. Please don't ever use Wikipedia. Instead of like, if it's not for a jumping off point, do not reference that because I will not read it. Wikipedia is horrible. Lucy, I'm gonna kill you, my dog. Okay, moving on from the Odyssey. The next thing you have this week that is due. Okay, this is everybody. This is due on Friday by midnight. Something very, very simple is your research paper topic. Now, I was super nice and I came up with a bunch of possible topics for you. Why? Because I know that you're stressed. Okay, I don't pretend to not know what it's like to be in college. I feel like compared to some of the other teachers that are at Lincoln or at any other university, I'm fairly young. So me getting out of college is not that long ago. I mean, I graduated from my 4-year school in 2010. So that was only 10 years ago. Okay, so I was there 14 years ago. It seems long when I say that. Come here, stupid dog. But the reality is, I remember how overwhelming it is when somebody's like, you can pick any topic you want. Okay, and especially if English isn't your jive, which I don't think any of you are an English major, then it can be stressful to be like, what the hell can I talk about for 7 to 10 pages? So with that being said, let us share our screen real fast to the paper topics. Okay, so a few things at the top you'll see when you open this document. It is on Moodle and it's attached in the email. You have the option to use or recycle one of your short essays. However, remember, when we are doing our research paper, we are switching from first person to third person. We are no longer using I, you, we, me, they, them, us, okay? So just keep that in mind that you will have to, even if you're recycling a paper that you're using in this class, you have to go back and change the language. You will get points off, okay? Let's see. Also, please tell me that you're going to recycle the paper so that I'm not like, you're plagiarizing, because that would be horrible. Just run it by me and tell me like where we're going to go with this paper. That's really all I'm looking for. Okay, the second point is the topics are meant to be controversial. They are not meant to be factual. If they were factual, then I would be reading like a science magazine. Okay, this is English class. It's not science. It's not math where like 2 + 2 = 4 and that's a hard fact. Okay, these are meant to be things that can be bent, can be looked at from different perspectives. Okay, 2 + 2 is always going to be 4 no matter how we look at it. And then you don't have to choose from this list. You can have something completely on your own that you want to write about from any one of these texts. My only, my only quip is that you have to choose one of the texts as your primary sources. I don't care what topic you do on that text, but I want you to use a text from the syllabus. Also, this isn't here. You are not tied down to this topic, okay? You can choose it now. I know it's only week 4 and we've got 12 more weeks to go. If by week 8 you change your mind, that's fine, okay? You're doing this for a grade. You don't have to then redo it for your portfolio. You'll just submit what you had already submitted. So don't freak out over having to change things. It's okay, you're not tied down. Excuse me. Okay, so you can choose from Genesis, the creation myth, okay? The snake, does he represent fate or destiny that tempted Eve to eat the apple? Okay. Cain was not jealous of Abel. He simply felt unloved. Okay. So now remember, these are things that are supposed to be controversial. Okay. They are meant to cause controversy. Otherwise, you really would not have much of a topic or a paper to go with. Okay. So your 7 to 10 pages then would be you proving through other sources that Cain was not jealous. He was just unloved. He just wanted some more. Okay, Tale of Two Brothers. It resembles Cain and Abel, so you can tie these two together if you want. Could it be that the writer of Tale of Two Brothers learned from the story of Cain and Abel, and that's how he wrote his as an alternate ending? Why did Bata's wife want him dead? Why didn't she want him to come back to life? Because she was living the high-end, glitz and glam lifestyle with the pharaoh? What was it? Or was she just trying to be deceitful? Was she the snake? Okay, the Odyssey, loyalty is a huge theme along with a journey, but we'll get to that. What does loyalty look like from this text? How would the Odyssey define loyalty? Okay, the text is also about a journey. It's not just physical, it's an inner spiritual journey. what characters go through this journey. How do they go through it? How do they come out at the end? How did they start? Okay, Aesop's Fables, we're starting that next week. Okay, a lot have said that Aesop didn't actually create these fables. He was just told these stories and he was the one that wrote them down. Is that true or not? What's the authorship here? Okay, there's a lot of controversy there as to if he actually came up with these fables. And then do people really learn from them? How many times have you heard, you know, like you catch more flies with honey, or you catch more bees with honey than vinegar, or something like that, some type of bug. It's basically like kill them with kindness, or slow and steady wins the race. That was a good one. They usually put that one in a lot of like children's things. Okay, do we learn from those? Do we actually learn from them? Is there proof? Where can we find proof? Okay, Oedipus. Oedipus is going to be fun. I love Oedipus. Oedipus is where we came up with the Oedipus complex. And that was from our wonderful friend Sigmund Freud, who was the father of psychology. Okay, a lot of his theories have been disproven, such as the Oedipus complex. However, if you were to reference what it is and then observe a 2 to 3 year old child, you might see that that theory might hold up. So does it exist or not? Okay, now this is the idea that the son idealizes and fantasizes about the mother. Okay, he doesn't want the dad around. Okay, because in Oedipus, he kills his father unknowingly, though he doesn't know it's his dad. Okay, so is this a real thing? Do little boys fantasize about being with their mothers? That's the thought here. Okay, and then of course, fate versus destiny. This can go with a lot of things. Which was it that got his dad killed? Okay, then we move on to Medea. Is she justified in her actions or no? Is this the Medea that Tyler Perry bases his movies off of? Possibly, possibly not. How so? What's the connection? Does anything in the play testify to Jason's background as a hero? Are we meant to sympathize with him? Jason is Medea's husband. Well, ex-husband, husband, I don't know. Okay, Beowulf. What is the use and display of Christianity versus paganism? Was Beowulf a good leader or not? Although a lot of theories exist, not much is known about the author. Okay, what do the scholars have to say about the author? What can we conclude? What can we draw from that, from what these people are saying about the author of Beowulf? Okay, the Inferno, 9 circles of hell. They're arranged purposefully, much like IKEA. Okay, think of IKEA. You have to start at one end and you can't just go grab something. You have to go through the whole thing, a lot like these 9 circles of hell. Okay, what is their importance in their hierarchy and how they are ranked? Okay, and what is their relation to the 7 deadly sins? Okay, also, if you haven't seen this movie, it's called What Dreams May Come. What ways is this epic journey similar to the journey that Robin Williams' character takes in that movie? It's a very interesting movie. I do recommend it, but it can take a lot out of you to watch. And then, of course, compare and contrast the sins of youth, adulthood, and old age. That should say old age. Okay, so how does a sin affect where you're going into the 9 circles of hell based on your age? Does your age play a factor? Okay, and then of course Hamlet is our last one that we're reading. Hamlet is essentially the Lion King. If you've never heard this theory, I suggest you watch it and think of the play when we're reading this. Okay, why would Disney take on such a dark tragedy? There's plenty of other movies that have also been adapted from Shakespeare novels. 10 Things I Hate About You are The Taming of the Shrew. What's that Amanda Bynes movie? She's the Man. Okay, where she pretends to be her older twin brother. That is Twelfth Night. Okay, so there's a lot of Shakespeare movies that are adapted into modern movies. I said Shakespeare movies, I meant Shakespeare plays. Okay, how is Hamlet's mother the femme fatale? Okay, that's something to think of. And then how would Freud look at the relationship between Hamlet and his mother? Okay, this is that Oedipus complex coming back into play. And then lastly, was Ophelia really mad? Like crazy mad, okay? Or was she pushed? Was she forced to do what she did? Okay, was it her fault or was it not her fault? Was it outside factors? We don't know. All right, I think, let me just refer back to my notes. Sorry. Okay, these are all here. Next week, we're gonna go over Aesop's fables, okay? I'm probably just going to choose a few to talk about. And then you're choosing your own to read and reflect on. You do not have to read all of them. Just, they are short because they're fables. They're not meant to be long. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm such an asshole. Next week. It's the 18th. Sorry, I was about to give you guys the wrong due date and everybody was going to freak out on me. But I caught it for once. Let's see. Okay, you're also going to be creating your own fable, but again, I'm going to go over this in the next video for next week, so don't worry too much about it. Okay, and then your question for attendance is much more personal. Don't worry, I'm not sharing it with anybody. I just want to do a mental health check-in. Is everybody good? How are you feeling? These are crazy ass times that we're going through. And I don't just mean with Corona, I mean with everything. The protesting, the rioting, Black Lives Matter, I don't know, politics, everything. Okay, how are you feeling? Are you okay? Do you need anything? What can I do for you? And then, of course, a question more for me. Do you prefer the short videos? So like if we talk about Aesop's fables, okay, do you want me to break that up into here's one fable video, here's another fable video? Are those easier to follow? Or do you want just one long lengthy ass video? That's about it. So I think I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys aren't even watching. And we will talk more, okay, through email, through group chat, whatever it is. I will see you all at some point, hopefully on campus, maybe. All right, have a good week, guys. Bye, everybody.